What is up, guys? Kevin over at LEGbrOs coming back at you with another episode of our Q&A series. I think this is episode 4. Now, we'll try to keep doing this. I just totally realized that it's been like over a week since we did the last one. I tried to do it like every week to make these, but I got distracted by all the minifigure madness and the mystery minifigure madness. So if you guys are new here, haven't done any of the Q&As, just comment below on this video what you want asked for the next video. I'll look through those and we'll answer them on a stream. We're also going to bring back our searching for Lego. I'll actually refresh this now while we are doing the questions, just so you guys can have something to watch. And we'll talk about some of that stuff while we're going through the questions as well. Still trying to figure out the best kind of theme for this. Maybe I might, build minifigures or something to that effect while we're doing it in the future. But this is working for now. Some people have enjoyed it while we search for things that might be good deals going forward here. Which right off the bat, that is not a bad deal right there. Best offer. Maybe we'll best offer this one. I'm going to go ahead and watch it unless it gets bought right away. But this is a great deal for 3 sealed Kashyyyk troopers. I don't even know what those go for now. What do those go for now? Let's see. I'm going to do a whole new search here. That way we don't interrupt the other one. What set number was that? That'll work. Man, interrupting the questions right off the bat. We have a breaking news story. Let's go ahead and take a look what these things sealed. Yeah, these are like, whew, like $50 a piece right now. And this is, oh, it's probably just for one of them. Yep. Somebody else probably thought they were selling 3 of them too. One of those things you got to read into before you do the really quick buy. Still not a terrible deal for what's going on now, but it's not including all 3 of them. Deceiving pictures. Don't do that with your pictures, people. You're just going to end up with upset people. Or people like me who don't read into it enough. So let's go ahead and start with our comments here. Victory Star Saber Prime. Victory Star Saber Prime from our last live stream. If you guys were in there, you'd know what that is reference to. Of course, joins in first with a clones, as per norm. He also says, I like you looking through eBay through the Q&Q. So there you go. There's somebody who enjoys looking through this as we go through. Brick Studio says, hi, I saw your thumbnail. Love the Darth Maul. Is it a custom fig? And what's your favorite theme? Do you like Lego Scooby-Doo? Sorry for all the questions. Not a custom fig. That is one of the Clone Wars figs of Darth Maul. That's from the Speeder, I want to say is what it's called. But it has the 2 Super Mandalorians in it as well. 75022, if I'm not mistaken. And ultimately, I don't know why there's text messages coming up on my computer. That's pretty cool. Yes, a very cool fig. One of my favorite versions of Darth Maul for sure. My favorite theme is the Ice Planet, but I do like the older themes quite a bit. Do I like Scooby-Doo? Of course. I watched Scooby-Doo as a kid, so ultimately that is something that I had watched quite a bit of. The Darth Maul figure is for, oh yeah, so Griffin Nader replied from a few years ago, yeah. Rick Martin said, thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. I don't know what you're thanking me for, but yeah. Lego Boba Fett wants to know, when did I stop collecting Lego and start reselling? I didn't collect Lego for a long time, since I was a kid. Actually, we're going to sort this by, I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, because there is by it now. Since I was a kid, I haven't collected anything. So I started reselling as an adult. About 3 years ago now, so I was about 30 years old when I started reselling these things. Why are these all auctions? That doesn't make any sense. Why? That's not my saved search. Oh dear. What's going on here? This is my watch. Let's go back to our saved search here. There we go. Okay, back on track now. Griffinator says, when you get 3K, congrats. So this was filmed about a week or so ago. We hit 3K. Thank you very much for the people who have joined and subscribed. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? LEGbrOs are awesome. Become a LEGbro. Join the other 3,000 plus people who have, because why not? We're a cool family. Always looking for cool families, right? Galaxy Blaster says, I like it looking for Legos, give with the Q&A, so if he just wants to continue the same thing. Gur Newman, do you like General Grievous? He's my favorite character of all time. Star Wars character, anyways. He also said, "Edit. I've watched all the Walking Dead episodes from his last question. I think I've kept up. I might be one season behind on Walking Dead. Grievous is awesome. Yeah, I do like that character itself. The spinning lightsaber blades, man. I like characters that have multiple lightsabers. Like my favorite Jedi's are the ones that have two lightsabers. So having four lightsabers, that's even better. That's yeah. Baby Yoda says hi. What's up, bud? 3K. Yep. 3K, good job. 3 comments, none of which are questions, but I appreciate them nonetheless. So thank you for doing that. Brendan says, LEGbro will become the next PewDiePie, some really popular YouTuber, or equivalent to some popular YouTuber. Thanks. I hope so. That'd be pretty cool. Have some kind of poll like that. I don't think PewDiePie is in the radar in terms of that, but one of the other bigger Lego YouTubers, that'd be pretty cool to get that level for sure. Drinky Winky said, I like the format, so that's awesome. We ended up hitting 3K around this time, so a lot of people just responded on 3K for the subs, but I do appreciate the sentiments nonetheless, even if they're not questions. Wade Wilson also liked the eBay scrolling format. He also said, what is your favorite Power Miner set and minifigure? Power Miner is my favorite, if you couldn't tell. Sorry for asking too many questions in the last video. No problem, Wade Wilson. And ultimately, I did not get into Power Miners at all, so I have no idea what my favorite set of that was. There was a really cool drill looking one, so that one was pretty cool that I've seen. In terms of the favorite character of all of those, I like the rock monsters, and I like the red one. He looks really cool. I don't remember what his name is. We just went over that, so you're going to get mad at me because I think that was the answer to your last question on my last video, since I'm filming that. But I know you don't know the name of the red one, but the red one's pretty cool. Here we have 3 of the old vintage sets. I think those are just the minifigures. They're not actually the... Yeah, it's not too great of a deal. JD says, how much do you have to make from eBay to report it on taxes in the US? I sell stuff occasionally, but I don't know if I'm selling enough. I don't want to get in trouble. Great question. Technically, if you make a single sale that profits you at all, so in other words, if you sell something for more than you bought it for, then you technically have to pay taxes on it. Even if you're not a business, even if anything, you have to pay taxes on any profit made at any point in the year on anything. So even if it wasn't online, technically, if you sold something on Craigslist, you technically, through tax law, have to pay taxes on that. So any profit whatsoever, you can't just say, oh, I need to reach this certain milestone until I'm big and liable for taxes. You're liable for taxes anyways. Even if you don't get a PayPal certificate, or what is that, 1095, something to that effect, so one of those form numbers. They will send that to you if you make over $20,000 in a year in sales, I believe, and not if you make it less. But ultimately, you still are liable for the taxes. So yes, there won't be an official document showing unless you hit a certain amount, but to be legal, if you won't want to get in trouble, to be legal, anything you make a profit on, no matter what, if you sell it for more than you bought it for, you have to pay taxes on it. And that's why these things are harder to get into than people think. You just pick, people think, great, I'll just resell and do all these side things. I'm sure a lot of the people in Instagram that do sales, that do friends and family and all that kind of stuff, they don't pay taxes, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a lot of people that skate through the taxes that they're supposed to be paying. We do not. We pay taxes completely on everything. We are a fully certified business. There are a lot of fees and stuff like that go into that, a lot of complexities that go into taxes especially. So ultimately, that's why I said it's not for the faint of heart. Obviously, it's a great source of personal, be your own boss kind of income, but it is not to be taken lightly. If you ended up getting audited, you'd be in trouble. But they do have to have a way to track it and everything like that. So we are completely compliant, but there is no limit to how much you have to make or anything like that. It's all completely subject to taxes, at least here in the U.S. I don't know if there's difference in other places, but that's how the U.S. works. So be careful, kids, when you're looking at setting up businesses. A lot more goes into it than you think. You got to have a business license. You have to be certified to do that kind of thing. You have to pay taxes on everything. And that's why I have to get things so cheap, is because of the fact that even if I'm getting something, a set that's $20 off, that $20 is gone by the time I sell it. So things have to be, more than half of their value taken off. for the most part. In terms of another question, we have Juan G said 3K with exclamation points, so he was very excited about that, as was I. RS says, how do you know if the minifigure lots you're buying have any fakes? I always wonder how most of the lots you got don't usually get a lot of fakes in them. He also said, make another video. You always seem to get distracted looking at eBay. Oh no. I'll take a pause on looking at eBay while I answer this here for you. Ultimately, it's just your eye. I mean, some of them still fool me. Not very often anymore because I know what Lego has made. I'm looking for every single minifigure that has ever been made from Lego. So ultimately, if something looks really unfamiliar, especially from the licensed themes that I go through all the time, I can spot that Lego A didn't make that fig, or B, the coloring is off. For example, Wolverine is one of the more commonly faked ones. If his little stripes there are green and not blue, that is a common fake that is always out there. Usually there is some sort of difference. If there's no difference, then they're literally breaking the law and should be arrested for what they're doing, because that's intellectual property theft. But unfortunately, most of these things are made outside of the country, so it's hard to catch that kind of thing. But for the most part, most of them try to get around and skirt the law, which is why they make slight differences in coloring and design on the fakes. So I've gotten very, very good at spotting them nowadays, and that is ultimately why I don't usually get fakes. If there is a fake in a lot of times I just stay completely away as well, just because I know there's probably more. So if I see one, I move on. I just got that one. I was looking for what the head looked like, so now I know what I'm looking for the head, because I just got that figure in the last minifigure haul. As you can see, the Joey May from our live stream is still named more victorious than Star Saber, because they were both arguing about which Transformers generation was better, and they were both trying to one-up each other. He says he's never sarcastic, if you couldn't tell. Oh dear. Anakin Production Lego says, awesome episode, +1 like. Thank you very much. Have you seen the new season of Star Wars The Clone Wars? Absolutely. Loved it. Really sad that it's over. Wish there was more of those. I'm sure Lego wishes that there was more, because we see a huge uptick in Lego's sales from not only just this quarantine stuff that we're in, but also just from the new Clone Wars series. Has been a huge uptick in all of that stuff in terms of sales. So it's been really good for me. So I hope they release more stuff, which they will. Disney's not going to sleep on it. Sky Vodka says, what is the rarest figure you have found on a haul? In terms of a haul itself, like a random mystery haul, I mean, obviously I've gotten like Gold C-3PO, but that's when I actually physically bought him. I haven't found him in a lot or anything like that. In a haul itself, like a mystery random haul, the most valuable figure I've gotten was the Chrome Darth Vader, I believe. He was not necessarily in perfect condition, but he was in pretty good condition. So I think I ended up selling for like $150 or something to that effect, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was definitely the most rare figure I've found in a haul. Cash Jays says, I like your videos. Do you sell the Lego minifigures? Well, yes. You will get to know very well if you follow the channel that I do run an eBay store, and every single thing that you ever see on my channel is for sale. So ultimately, 100% yes. Follow the link below, stores.ebay.com/LEGbrOs, or contact me on Instagram. Luggage Legend said, congrats on 3K subs. Thank you very much, man. Esteban also said, congrats on 3K. How many characters do you get from the lot? Oh, how many characters do you keep, basically, from the lots that you get? The answer is nearly 0. There are 10 figures or so that I have kept from a variety of things that I've seen or created that I thought were funny. But ultimately, 10 out of, I don't even know at this point, hundreds of thousands, is pretty good. So mostly nothing, I could say, in terms of what I keep. Henry Blue says, where do you buy your minifigs? That's the most commonly asked question ever. Most of it is here on eBay, as you can see. Also, other online sources that you would normally find. So thrift stores online, Craigslist, Facebook, Mercari, anywhere you can find things online, that's where I'm shopping. That's the new Basilisk. Looks like they redid that one. I didn't know they redid that set. Judah says, which 2020 summer sets do you think will have the best value? As of right now, the AAT looks like it's going to have great value because of the Ahsoka and the 501st Ahsoka Trooper. But my sense is that Ahsoka is going to be made a lot more, and also the Ahsoka Trooper is probably going to be featured in something else as well. So were those two not made again, that set would have tremendous value. And it's a low value set to invest in, so at that point I would be like all in on that. But it's still way too early to tell because those are new, fresh characters. Everybody loves Ahsoka to death, and the 501st Ahsoka Trooper, I just have a feeling they're going to make another set with it. But you never know. You never know. A lot of those Phase 2 Troopers, we only got in one set, and people really kicked themselves for not getting more. So we'll see. We shall see. Looks like a lot of city sets, but that is a lot of sets for $75. 64 shipping, though. But yeah, I would say that's probably the top in terms of value. Lowest in value being Grievous's fighter. Don't get that one for an investment set. It's not going to do anything. What are your top 5 Lego minifigures? And congrats on 3K. I think I've answered this one before. I don't even know what my answers are for these kind of things because top 5s are always hard to say. I'll just give you my top 1, which is the Wolfpack Trooper. Not the Wolfpack, or sorry, I even said that wrong. Not a Wolfpack Trooper. The original OG Wolfpack Renegade, I guess you could call him, from the Knights series is way back when in the age of glory for Lego, in my opinion. But I think I've answered the top 5 altogether. I'm guessing. The Yeti is up there too, the series Yeti. He also says, have you watched the Clone Wars, and also what's your favorite Clone Wars minifigure and your worst Clone Wars minifigure? Favorite Clone Wars minifigure is obviously Ahsoka. Love that character. She's got 2 lightsabers. That's just right in my wheelhouse. In terms of least favorite Clone Wars minifigure, I'm going to go with Thyssen. Because I get so many of those and nobody buys them at all. So just purely based off of not necessarily the show, but based off of the actual figure itself, that's what I'm going to go with. Only Printed Gift said 15 pounds of Lego minifigures. How much of it is non-Lego? I would say probably maybe 0.2 of a pound, maybe. We really haven't gotten a lot. There's been a couple figs in each bag, but that really doesn't amount to a lot of weight. So I would say maybe a 20th or something to that effect. Probably not even that. That's probably way too much for what I'm thinking. Maybe a 100th or something to that effect. Maybe more accurate. But yes, thank you guys all for watching this. If you guys are out to the end here, we haven't found any deals on any of these. I'm waiting to find one of those crazy refreshes where I see like a sealed castle and I just get to super jump on it and buy it when you guys are watching, which would be really funny. But really, there hasn't been anything. This is not a bad deal at all. $20 for all 3 of those base plates. $10 shipping though. Meh. Kind of ruins it a little bit. But what can you expect? They got to ship it at some point. But yeah, thank you for commenting below your next questions for next week. Thank you for tuning in for today. I love all of you. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.